Hello, welcome to your reading. My name is Kyle, and I will be your driver for the morning. Next, like 20 or 30 minutes. I've already pulled some cards. They're speaking to some kind of important stuff, but we shall get through it and hopefully have some fun doing it as well. Boom, boom. Hope everyone's doing well. Okay, we're going to be pulling out of the. I've already pulled some cards, and then we'll do some clarifiers. The Radiant, we're using the Radiant Wild Atlas deck. Very colorful, lovely deck. And the first card we pulled was the Six of Pentacles, which is a card of generosity, um, goodwill, um, but at some points can get over can get overdone. It's not. There's a lot of things that we can give to be generous, or not just financial, but our time is a big one. And that's what I'm feeling. It's like your time, your energy, your focus. You can be very generous with things like this, um, to a point where it can be overgiving. So I think that's what I'm being pulled to look at. And so that's kind of something that needs to be addressed. And the reason why I say that as well is because the next card is a death card, which is not as ominous as it seems. And this one's actually a lot not as ominous as the traditional Rider Waite death. She's pretty like she's pretty okay with it. She's okay with falling into death, rebirth. She's like in the lotus. Mm, with her deer head and her yoga uniform. So I'm seeing this as like the death of that over. That's what it is. It's like a people pleasing uh, habit that is, I think, being purged. And I know it's great to be there for people and all love and light and all that stuff, but you know it can be, especially when you're over giving, it can be taken advantage of, and if that's a tendency that is prominent, it's going to be something that is going to attract people that are going to take advantage of it. So I'm seeing this as the death of that, and possibly the death of some other things that are not going to be traveling with you into this next phase. And then the old Two of Cups came upside down. I love the symmetry. So this is a connection that possibly, or it could have been numerous connections that we're kind of coming out of a place of um, kind of need and you know, needing that person to complete you, and this is something that is pretty common. It seems like people think that that is fairly normal to seek that within the other party, whoever you're engaged with, and it's really not a healthy place to come from, and it's really calling for a reassessment of what it is that you're looking for exactly. It's not going to be a, you're not healed overnight, and the healing process is continuous. And really, the only thing we can do is keep our awareness and notice these traits, because we all have these various traits that, and we're all in that process of falling in love with ourselves. And some days you're better at it than other days, but I think this is very much a transition into finding that healthy relationship with oneself. So when we come to the table and we're ready and the sparks are flying and everything is just looking hunky dory, that person's going to be a compliment to us, not a crutch or a somebody that is in need of anything. Both of your cups would be full, and the overflow is what goes on and what you're able to share, and that would be the optimum way to do it, and that's what it looks like you're doing, definitely. And you might feel a little bit tied down, kind of in your head. But like in the traditional Rider Waite, this is a mental prison. This is a self-induced mind control system that you've kind of allowed yourself to fall into. And this one is it's the same way. It's interesting because she's in quicksand, and she's got these never-ending loops behind her. These are like the thought processes that are continuous and not serving us whatsoever. But we do have the power to change this. We do have the power to get out of these thought processes. I know it doesn't seem like that a lot of times, but it definitely is something that can be cultivated. Awareness and just watching it, just being aware of it. That's the first step. So I see this pretty interesting row of energy that's asking you to address a couple things, but it is looking like you're finding your footing for sure with the Emperor card. So not only are you, as you're finding this more wholeness with self, you're finding your footing on a lot of other plateaus as well. The um, the owl sitting on top of a pyramid overlooking the chessboard is pretty significant. I mean, that's like the king taking his throne upon the pyramid, and then overlooking the chessboard of life, and having the ultimate eagle eye precision on the entire thing. It, I'm guessing this is on Mars. I think I've talked about this before, but I think it's on Mars because that's the Earth right here, and this is definitely feeling like a red planet. So I mean, that's the ultimate Emperor move, you portaling from Earth, landing on the pyramid and on Mars, and playing the game there. I mean, that's some high level gamesmanship. And then on the other pillar is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is interesting. We got some style. And the moon is what is striking. So it's decisions, and then it's also illusions. So it's calling to make your decisions with clarity, and you might have multiple decisions and multiple options that are being put forth in front of you. But like the moon in all of its phases, it never changes shape. It only appears to. And I mean, the moon itself is kind of an enigma. They don't. I think they said that it's easier to prove its non-existence than its existence. And the lunar wave's pretty crazy too. I don't know if you've ever looked into that, but so we'll get some clarification on these cards. Use this one. Clarification on the Six of Pentacles. I don't like it. These cards are kind of tiny, but they make my hands look big. Mm-hmm. Six of Pentacles. Clarification is the Eight of Cups. So it kind of it falls along with the Death card, but I feel like it's how I'm seeing the energy of definitely making your way out of that overdoing, the people pleasing, the giving too much of yourself, giving or putting healthy boundaries up. Also, you might be pulling yourself right on out of that situation completely. Um, and whatever you've built within that energy of people pleasing and over giving of your energy, you are. It looks like you're moving along, and you're moving along into a different energy altogether. Hence the death. Let's get some clarification on death. The Two of Pentacles. I see this as like balance almost is a kind of death. It's like finding your center point, your 0 point. And tipping that scale back from the people pleasing, over giving, all that of your time, energy. Clarification on the Two of Cups in reverse. Lower back is like, no. Ooh, makes complete sense. So, Three of Swords for clarification of the Two of Cups in reverse. So, this is a harsh truth is better than a soft lie. So, there was definitely some pain involved with whatever these relationships or one relationship was. I mean, obviously, I'm sure it was more than one because anybody that's around us for more than 10 minutes, it's kind of a relationship. It automatically goes into a ebb and flow. um and it's kind of like, I always see it as like two planets that have like their own moons, their own satellites, and spaceships flying off of it and shit, and they're coming in, and as they come in, their gravities kind of lock, and they almost go into like a, and then all their moons are flying around each other too. And it's like, if we're compatible or not compatible, we're either running into each other's stuff or we're interacting harmonically. Everything's like a symphony. And that's what we're hoping for, right? We're hoping for a symphony whenever we encounter someone that you have all this like fireworks and everything just kind of is just like, woo, everything just works well. But so this is basic. I mean, it's good clarification on the reversal of the Two of Cups, and this is what we're what we're learning from, and then moving out of. Learning that to take a step back and to really analyze, why do I want to be in this relationship? Why do I, what about this person is pulling me in, and what is it reflecting back to me? And I would say the majority of people probably, I mean, you can learn, you can learn from any relationship, but um, I don't know, it's hard to be in a healthy relationship. I'm not. I'm guilty of being in many unhealthy relationships. I should write a book about that. Unhealthy relationships. So we have the Eight of Swords. Let's get some clarification on that. As she stands in quicksand in her thought loops, but she won't stay there. I'm not gonna take it. Clarification on Eight of Swords. First. The Page of Swords. So I kind of see this as being curious about what it is that's holding us, hostage, um, and possibly communicating, like talking our way out of it, finding, talking to somebody else about possibly what's holding us into, like a, a confidant, like someone that you trust, or mental health. I don't know, but definitely not allowing yourself to be held down for too long. You want to feel the feelings that you feel, and then get moving out of it. You know what I mean? You don't want to stay festered in, that kind of something that's debilitating. Definitely, definitely use that Page of Swords energy, and um, get restless, and move on, move on up out of there, because the world is, it's ours to make of it what we will. And then you jump to the Lovers, which is definitely the other side of the coin. This is a healed Two of Cups. The Three of Wands. Perfect. So, being the opposite, and doing the prepping, and like being in a even state, and seeing it from a better perspective. That perspective that we were talking about. The higher one that can be fully open and honest, and not be in a like any kind of want or need of anything, or at least not in the sense that you're looking for someone to complete you. These are, and this is also the union of self. I mean, you and the union of your male and female energies. So it's definitely Good stuff. I was going to ask for clarification on the Emperor, and I'm guessing that's what that is. And I guess it needs to be grounded, whatever the energy is. I just picked that up with my feet. Queen of Cups. A good counterbalance to the Emperor. And that falls in line with the union of the two male and female energies. Oh. And the Queen of Cups is all about healing energy. And so this is definitely a journey of healing. Being compassionate with yourself and loving yourself. Clarification on the Seven of Cups. The Emperor. So this is stepping into your space with confidence and making these decisions confidently. Strongly with and seeing through the illusion with confidence. Any illusions that might be, and making choices with clarity. Let's do an oracle. Because those are always fun. And then I'll let you go. This one definitely went long. Cloud form. The air dragon on the bottom, and the guardian of the king of the south on the split. Shall we? Well, it pulled right to the air dragon, so we'll do that one first. Two airs and one guardian. Give freely, and undoubtedly you will receive. The green dragon moves through rolling clouds carrying a green gem, which he protects. In its positive position, this card shows you that you're able to fulfill your life's ambitions and have perfected your positive actions. Instinctively, you're in the right place at the right time because of your good karma. This wisdom controls your five senses and helps you to perfect good deeds. And don't become envious of others. That's a cool dragon. So I mean that also bounces back to the Six of Pentacles. It's not like all bad as far as like having a generous nature. It's just keeping it evenly tempered, because obviously you're getting good karma from it. So that's great. Cloud form. You have the potential for energy that will enable the completion of any action. This is a time of focusing and accomplishing your aims. Clouds are forming in an empty sky. Within one of these clouds, the wind shapes and molds the form of a baby into existence, carrying new life forward. You're ready to take off in a new direction. Unbound by heavy baggage, you can successfully direct your energies towards new efforts. You have the energy to achieve your goals. This is another one that's saying watch out for envy in the negative. So there's no comparison. There's only you versus you. Sweet potato pie, shut my mouth. He's riding a turtle with one foot. It's like a skateboarder move for real. The guardian king of the south. His time is noon, and the element he holds is earth. He is seen holding a sword of the south, and his foot is on the turtle representing the earth. His sword will cut through the neurotic ego. So I hope this helps somebody, and I made the I know this will find who it needs to find in order for it to help in the highest and good for whatever collective is needed. Thank you for stopping by, and be well.